This video is about working with the text in Illustrator for our template. So the first thing is that my client has given me some text which needs to go onto one of the panels. It's a description of the drink. And whilst I can place a Word file directly into the master file, so I can simply place, there it is sitting on my cursor, I can pop it in there. It does come in with this format from the Word document. That's not really a problem. I can just simply copy and paste it into the format that I want. That's easier than manhandling it. So I'm actually going to just cut it and delete the frame and draw my own frame. And of course I could just have copied it directly from the Word document, opened the Word document, copied it and pasted it in. So this is where we want it on this panel. Now I'm going to zoom in. Obviously you would choose your font, you're going to choose your font size, and you need to make sure that it doesn't go below something like 8. Okay, although I have seen some hideous new font sizes which are impossible to read. I'm not going to worry too much about that, and in fact all of this stuff in here under Windows type, we're going to look at some of this but via InDesign where it's a bit more appropriate. So we'll look at character styles, paragraph styles and all of that. But basically these panels, character and paragraph, really give us the same sort of thing we're looking at up here. Okay, so we have paragraph up here, and we have forms of indentation, justification, and of course the character will give us the character size and various attributes that, as I say, we'll look at in InDesign. Now that's fine, I'm happy with this, I'm going to leave it, but maybe I would think about doing something a little bit more creative with this section. You might want it to be a little bit bigger, and I'm just going to find, just go to stencil, and we're going to make it a bit bigger as well. Now of course the little red box here, that means that there's overset text and it's cropping the text. So all I need to do is drop it down and it will appear, or go that way and it's going to appear. That down there, and just adjust this to suit. Now it's easy enough to change the color of a font, and of course you've got a stroke and a fill. But it's almost impossible, well it is impossible this way, to put a gradient inside a font, inside a piece of text. And that's because this is all connected, this underline is connecting it and it's editable text. So what we need to do is turn it into something else in order to put a gradient inside it. So what we do with type is we create outlines. And then that means that we can take this and either add gradient here, or we can use one of the gradient libraries and choose a gradient from there. Another way we can look at gradients is to pick up the gradient panel, and we can create our own gradient. If you recall, you can add paint pots You can drop colours in from your swatch panel, and we can change the colours by just simply double clicking. Now remember, if you want to keep that, you think you might want to use it later, always drop it in to your swatch panel and then it will be saved, because the minute you click away, it's going to disappear and you might lose track of it. Now what it's done is it's placed this sort of rainbow effect in each and every letter, which is fine, that's what you want. If you need it to distribute along the course of the word, then just stretch your gradient tool, pick up your gradient tool and decide which orientation and how long you want to make the gradient. And of course you can add all sorts of other things to it, all the effects such as drop shadow, feathers, etc. I'm just going to put a little stroke around that to make it come a bit more forward. Now tidy up your design. So I'm selecting these and I'm going to align them. The final piece of text that needs to go on here is information about the ingredients. So the first thing is ingredients, which is just really a list, and you put them in order of the highest, the one that has the highest amount. So in a can of drink, it might be water, and then sugar, and so on and so on. So that's easy enough. I'm not going to show you how to do that, but what we are going to do is create some kind of tabbed box for our nutrition. And actually I'll do it over here so you can see it a bit better. So I'm going to draw a box of nutrition, maybe choose a better font. Let's just make it something nice. And then we're going to start putting some of the values in. So first I'll start with energy, and then I'm going to hit the tab key on the keyboard, which is one just above the capitalization button, and I'm going to put in a value for that, which is 349 kilojoules. I'm just reading off an existing can. We've got fat, and that is a tab 0%, and then we have let's say protein, and also it's 0. Now the way this is matching up is they're all pretty much tabbed together anyway. Let's add a few more. Salt. So they look fairly even. We'll have vitamins, vitamin D, 100%. So now it's going out of whack a bit. Vitamin E, and so on. So that's enough for now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the box itself and use one of the type tools, the one down the bottom here, tabs. And tabs will then just stick to the actual box itself. If it becomes broken, then it's very easy to attach it again. You can just grab the box and you use this little magnetic tool to attach it. And with a tab, you have you're able to move all of these together in one go. So if I just grab, this is justify to the center, and I'm just going to place it on the ruler, And you can see we've got central justification of all of the objects. I can justify them to the right or to the left and so on. Let's have them to the right. And this little creature here will allow me to align on something like a pound sign or a decimal dot, something like that. The reason you can see dots here is because I put a dot in what's called the leader. If I remove it, you'll see it will disappear. Okay, so if you want the dots, you pop in a dot, or it could be anything. You can put anything you like in there. Click away. I've got these dots. If you change your mind, you can move the tab, or you can actually just flick it away. And I can put another one back in here. So the key is to select the box and top to the tabs panel. Okay, so one thing I would say in terms of laying it out for the project, not really for your client, you might want to just show all the elements separately. So we can scale them down a bit. And I just made a copy of them. I'm just going to plant them over here, where they can be seen separately. Turn that around, something like that. These are all the individual elements. And then anything else you add. Always keep the layers locked that you are not working in. And we're going to move on to the 3D stage now.